Hi K-popers, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be reacting to Stray Kids. This is the third time I've tried filming a YouTube video. The first time it didn't work out because of I think I stopped recording. The second time, it didn't record the sound. I was trying to do a Stephanie Sue video. Let me know if you want me to do more of those type of videos. It was about I think it was based off a scary movie. And the sound just didn't record. I was using a different camera, and now I remembered why I didn't use that camera anymore. So today I'm using a different one, and we're going to be reacting to Stray Kids story, explain connections with previous music videos, and something leaves. It's a Stray Kids theory. It's the skzflix explained, or I might just do the Skizverse episode 1 first decision. But the thing is, I've already seen this one, like the beginning of it. I'm gonna just do the skzflix. Alright, so we're just gonna hop into this video.
The power of your mind has infinite potential. Seeing into the future is just the beginning.
Way too many.
It's gonna get a little crazy.
So is this like the Spider-Man but female version?
Theaters Valentine's Day.
You do your thing. We'll match you with a tax expert just right for your unique situation.
I need to file on taxes. If you haven't filed your taxes, go file them. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and push the post notification bell to be alerted for more videos.
And welcome back to Bookish Theories. In today's video, we'd like to talk about Stray Kids' skzflix, focusing on a little breakdown of the video to see what's going on and how it connects to the other installments of the story. Now, as Stray Kids' first musical drama, skzflix tells the story of a group of friends on their quest to achieve their cinematic dreams. In the video, the boys come together to participate in a short film festival with a
Wait, can you guys see? Because I remember somebody was like, they couldn't see sometimes, so push the video up a little bit so you can see the subtitles.
Universe theme. As the members shoot their movie, however, this concept begins to bleed into their reality, to the point that Felix disappears from their life and only Lino remembers his existence. It will be up to him to find him again in this megaverse, but to understand how, why, and most importantly what the hell is going on, we kinda need to take a step back and look at this story from the beginning. As you may know, in fact, the events that take place in skzflix are somewhat connected to the movie club storyline the Stray Kids developed for the past few years. The main videos that portray this story are Mixtape on Track, Be Me, Mixtape, and The View. As we'll see in a second, skzflix draws a lot of parallels with these other videos, so they are connected, but whether or not they're set in the same universe, it's a whole different story. You see, even considering other videos, Stray Kids have always kinda dealt with multiple dimensions. Throughout their career, we've seen them as cops and thieves, as goblins and gangsters, as heroes and villains. Sometimes
if you hear me coughing, I'm a little bit sick. Or getting over a sickness.
They fight monsters, other times they are the monster, and a lot of other times they even run into other versions of themselves. In this comeback, the theme of parallel worlds is especially prevalent. The film festival in skzflix has a multiverse theme. The boys work together on a story involving parallel worlds, not to mention that the opening track of the album is called Megaverse, which really clues us in on what they're really going for here. Backing on Track, for instance, this specific story began with the members still in school and belonging to a movie club where each of them had a very specific role. Lino and Ayan were the main actor and second lead. Chan was the sound tech, Han the lighting director, while Changbin was the art director of the group. Sumin instead was the script writer, Hyunjin the cameraman, while Felix was the assistant director. Much like in skzflix, the boys' goal was to join a film competition, but because of growing conflicts, their dreams would soon be destroyed. In the story, the first catalyst of this conflict was a fight between Mino and Hyunjin, both of which fell in love with the female lead of the film they were shooting. As their feelings for the girl grew, so did their jealousy, to the point that their dispute eventually interfered with the shooting of the movie. In Be Me, we discovered that even if this confrontation contributed to the ending of their dream, it was not the only thing that did. As revealed in the behind the scenes, in fact, Sumin and Ayan had a fight as well, and this fight resulted in Ayan getting punched in the face. The biggest accident, however, is the one involving Mino, who in turn was accidentally injured by Han during—
I'm laughing because he looked like it was more than one punch.
a car crash, with Hyunjin and Minho not talking because of the girl, Minho resenting Han for the accident, and Sumin hurting Jungin during a fight. The movie club ended up dissolving, and their chance at winning the competition literally went up in flames. In Mixtape O, we saw the aftermath of this failure. As the boys packed their stuff and dismantled the club, most of them were very nostalgic about the past, but Minho especially was still resentful, so the boys ended up going their separate ways. As they were all missing each other and struggling to reconnect, we also saw Felix at the library reading a book about dreams. In the book, he read that dreams come true to those who truly want them. This is the same phrase that we see next to Anna at the bus stop. It also appears later on in The View, but most importantly, it's also the tagline of the film festival that we see in skzflix. This means that throughout the story, the idea of dreams coming true to those who truly want them is an essential clue to understand what's going on, and it's even possible that dreams are the very thing that connect one universe to the other. Here's the thing, in Mixtape O, the members want two things. Number 1, to be together like before, and number 2, to join that film competition. As Minho reaches out to Hyunjin to make peace, Felix wishes for all of that to come true. He still doesn't know that Minho already reached out, but what he knows is that he wants everyone to be happy. In The View, we basically see the extent of Felix's wish. In comparison to real life, where for the most part they're still lonely and separated, his dream is a view to behold. They're all happy, they're all together, they've all made peace with one another, and at the end all of them blow the candle on the cake. This implies that Felix's wish is shared by the others as well, and this is very powerful. Bear in mind, dreams only come true to those who truly want them, and in the video we see that all of them truly want to be together. This brings us to skzflix, where the story actually begins with a similar flicker as the...
So, does Felix have like superpowers where he can like wish for something to happen and it happens? If it happens, skzflix. I remember, another thing with the ones where they have the clones, that multiverse, I know somebody was like, a theory was that it's so confusing to know who's the bad guy, because everyone is a victim and everyone is a villain in that like parallel universe.
Wish that Felix made Becky know. As two voices argue in the background, what seems to be the flame of a candle burns in the middle of the screen, and as soon as somebody blows it, the flicker fades to reveal Minho's face. Right off the bat, this is a big clue, because this opening very much implies that what we see from this point on is the result of a wish coming true. We don't know if the events of skzflix are a direct result of Felix's wish, but up until now it seems that following the blowing of the candle, we're kinda waking up in a new reality where their dreams can still come true. Considering that in the view the fantasy also featured the door, it might also be that one way to travel between dimensions is through dreams. Quite a few videos actually hint at the idea that stray kids are able to connect with other worlds through their consciousness. Sometimes it almost feels like it's their mind the portal through which they travel.
Theory. Did you all see that? Lino just made like several more of himself, like clones. What if he's the bad guy and he's the one making the clones? But we all thought it was Felix because he's the one controlling the universe.
But whether this is the case or not, the point is that skzflix is a parallel reality as opposed to the world that we saw back in On Track. If you look at the video, for instance, everything kinda matches, but also kinda doesn't. Sure, the boys are still members of the Stray Kids movie club, they pretty much still cover the same roles in it. Ayan still loves his coffee milk, and Changbin is still a man of principles, but some things are also different. Felix, for instance, goes by Yeonbok, even if in On Track he went by Felix. Han became director with a long list of accomplishments, and even if
maybe that's why he didn't know Yeonbok, so maybe he should have said, do you know Felix, or why isn't Felix in it? Because he said, why isn't Yeonbok in the music video? So maybe if he had said the name that was used in the other universe, would they have known him?
we saw them graduating. Now half of the members are seemingly still in school. Ban-chan, Hyunjin, Ayan and Changbin seems to be attending university. In fact, Felix, Minho, Sumin and Han are still wearing uniforms, but these uniforms are very different from the ones that we saw back in On Track. When Minho first wakes up, moreover, we see that his injuries kinda match.
Sorry to keep pausing. It's almost like in the BTS storyline when it was talking about the butterfly effect. You change one thing, but then you change one thing and it makes something else happen the next time. So I'm saying, like, what if they were at one school and they were wearing school uniforms, like a certain uniform, and then because of a catalyst of an event that happened, him making the wish, it changed the universe around. So he didn't exist, maybe. I'm thinking maybe he just didn't. He should have said the first name that was used in the other universe. Or, so it could have changed, like, what school they were going to. So it's now a different school in this universe.
The ones from the accident, but I actually think that those wounds have nothing to do with that. As we'll see in a second, by the end Felix will have similar injuries as well, so they're not related to the crash, but to something completely different. Before we get to that, however, let's first take a look at what this world actually looks like. At the beginning, Mino wakes up to Yeonbok wanting to know why he skipped school. Mino doesn't reply. He looks lost, confused, and Yeonbok notices it, so after talking a bit about class, he just gives him ice cream and lets it go. As the two take a walk, Yeonbok notices a script in Mino's hands, and this script is called Cover Me, which is also track number 5 of the album. In this scene, Mino reveals that he dreams of becoming an actor so he can be free. Through acting, he can become anyone he wants and have access to the wide world outside of his window, and Felix listens very carefully to what he's saying. In the meantime, we also catch up with Han and Seungmin, who in turn are going on a bike ride while discussing their latest project. As the writer of the story, Seungmin is talking about a very important scene he's working on. Han is impressed by it. He thinks that he must find a great actor able to deliver the lines with.
But if he's doing this, the dream, the wish, so that, because I've heard that it was so that Minho could become an actor, why didn't he, is he going to do that with the rest of the Stray Kids members? Like, just basically, it's his power to travel through time, because I know somebody had that power, I forget who.
With the intensity they deserve, but when Seungmin offers to find one, Han refuses right away. As the director of the movie, he is the one in charge of casting. He wants to find the perfect person to bring his vision to life, and as he gets lost in his thoughts, he leaves Seungmin behind without even realizing it. It's only when Han stops on his tracks that he's able to catch up, but the reason why he stopped is because Han finally found his muse. When he shows him, Seungmin sees Mino first, but then the camera focuses on Felix, thus creating a moment of ambiguity that leads us right to the next scene. When we cut to Yoonjin, he is at uni watching Gan's application. As we watch the tape through Yoonjin's eyes, we see both Mino and Felix on screen, and at this point, Mino is still injured. Yoonjin is interrupted by the arrival of Jongin, who in turn informs him that Chan is planning on joining the film festival. As the two live together, it's implied that both of them are going to take part in the production, and even if Jongin would like try working the camera, he knows that Yoonjin is much better than him. Because of that, Ayan decides to join as an actor like last time, and this comment actually implies that in this world they've already worked together just as well. As they leave, we see the poster of the film festival, and the tagline reminds us that dreams come true to those who truly want them. Once again, this is important. In the past, all they wanted was to be together and make a movie, and now they're on their way to do so, which really plays into the idea of a wish coming true. As Chan, Chanbin, Yoonjin and Ayan meet up with Han and Seungmin, they soon realize that they have everything in their favor. They've already won many awards, and they also have a solid story to present to the festival. The title of the project is Live, which is track number 6 of the album, as well as the official sequel to skzflix. Seungmin explains that the story talks about characters coming from a parallel world who came to see old friends but must go back. This is a huge clue to understand what's going on, because as we'll soon find out, the boys are essentially living the movie they want to make. As the boys meet up with Mino and Yeonbok, both of them accept the part, but Mino is initially very hesitant, and as the shooting begins, he grows even more confused. There is a moment where Seungmin and Hyunjin are blocking the scene with Mino to explain what he has to do, but Mino is distracted, and when he takes a shot at the basket, he misses. In the meantime, however, Felix is very present in the moment. Sitting next to Ayan, he gives him coffee milk because he remembers he likes it, but then Hyunjin comes through and steals it from him. Now, this little scene is actually quite important here. For one, Hyunjin stealing the milk is a callback to On Track, when Ayan stole it from Hyunjin while he was trying to impress the girl. Felix giving the coffee milk to Ayan instead is a callback to O, because back then, Jongin was remembering the time he was buying it with Felix at the 7-Eleven. Even more importantly, this is a scene that very much proves that Felix exists even outside Mino's point of view.
But I'm thinking maybe because Minho mentioned his other name in this universe, he's like, who's Youngbok? Like, who even is that? Like, he should have said, who is Felix?
Like the video Hyunjin was watching at uni, this is another instance where the boys see and interact with Felix even without Mino's mediation. You see, if you watch the video without any context, for the majority of the scenes, one might think that Felix was never there to begin with and Mino imagined him all along. Scenes like this, however, prove that Felix was there. Seungmin saw him at the beginning. Hyunjin.
So what if he did that on purpose and gave him the wrong name, so when he did ask for his name, no one knew who he was? But I think if he had asked who's Felix, they might have started remembering him.
Saw him on video, Ayan talks to him at the gym, and these are all events that we don't see from Mino's perspective, but rather from the perspective of those that will later forget him. As Sriracha work on some practical effects, we also see Felix working on his lines in the bus. If the scene at the gym recalled Be Me, the one on the bus is a callback to O, but if we put them side by side, the difference is clear. Back in O, Han was alone in the bus, and he was remembering the happy days they spent together, but in skzflix they're still living those days. They're still united, still friends, and as they take a nap, they're all blissfully unaware of what is going on. Felix, however, is different. As he practices the line, I have to go back now, he is initially happy with the result, but then he grows sad after looking fondly at the others. This is because the story in the movie very much reflects what is happening in this reality. Bear in mind, the film is about characters who travel to another world to see old friends, but as they do, they must eventually leave. In the same way, I think that Felix is not from this world. He got there by wishing to reunite with the others and realize their dream, but he's also fully aware that he cannot stay. Soon enough, he will have to leave that world and let go of that dream, which is why the scene on the bus is actually quite bittersweet. At that point, Felix has everything he wants, but he also knows that he's about to lose it all over again. As the final day of shooting begins, the climax of the movie takes place anticipating the actual epilogue of the video. In the scene they're shooting, the traveler from the other world says goodbye to their friends in advance because his time is running out. Mino's character, however, is not ready to let go, so he comes through and says that he must find them. This scene takes them ages to shoot, but eventually they get it right. After hours of shooting and editing, the result is exactly like they wanted. The effects worked, the acting is on point, the camera work is great, and all of them are happy with the result. When Mino compliments Felix, however, we see that Felix's smile fades away. He gets sad again, and this is because, much like in the movie, his time has finally run out. Now Felix has to leave, and like anticipated in the film, when the time comes, he does so without saying goodbye. As Chan and the others prepare the cake to celebrate, in fact, Mino and Jongin watch the final cut of the movie, and for a split second we can see that Felix is there too. Before they notice him, he leaves without saying a word, but in leave we discover that he went to light the candle of his own cake. By doing so, Felix is getting ready to leave that reality. He bids farewell to the memories they created together, and essentially abandons that world after fulfilling his wish. As he does so, the very structure of reality seems to change. Even if a moment before Felix was there, all of a sudden the memory of his existence is completely erased. As they watch the movie, Felix is nowhere to be found, and when Mino asks where he is, Jongin has no idea who he's talking about. Mino then goes to Chan and the others, but they don't remember him either, and this sends Mino into a panic. As he runs away, Hyunjin goes after him, but he's too fast. Mino runs back to the place he woke up in front of at the very beginning, and sure enough, Yeonbok is right there. This Yeonbok, however, is not only wearing his school uniform, but he's also extremely confused about what is going on. Like Mino at the beginning, he seems lost, and his face is full of wounds. By the end, the video fades back into the flame of the candle, and the last thing that we hear is somebody blowing it out. This implies that Felix the Traveler left this reality, so the Yeonbok that we see at the end might actually be the one that always existed in that world. He, however, never acted in the movie, he never joined the club, he never met the others, so when Felix left, everything that he did as Yeonbok was erased. When Mino finds him, it's like Yeonbok's life reset to the moment prior Felix came through. It's like Felix momentarily took over to make his dream come true.
So Felix
left, what he did was erased, and Yeonbok could regain control over his life. This might explain why he's so confused, but also why he's injured. Maybe the wounds are a consequence of this exchange, and if this is the case, then Mino might be involved just as well. You see, if the wounds appear after a traveler leaves the vessel used to experience a specific reality, then at the beginning, Mino might have been injured for the same reason. Maybe throughout the video he was so confused because he lost time, and maybe that's also why he remembers Felix when the others don't. Bear in mind, in the movie more than one person travels across dimensions. Because of that, both Felix and Lino might be travelers, with the only difference being that maybe they came and went at different times. If this is the case, then skzflix might be showing us Felix temporarily taking over Yeonbok's life to live out his dream, but also the aftermath of this reality's Mino after another version of himself already left. Up until now, this is just a guess, of course. If they ever release the full version of Live, I will definitely make an update, but in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this.
Did not go to another video. That makes so much sense. That does make so much sense. Okay. So I was like, if that's the case, then maybe Felix, there's two of him, so another clone. Or do they, that's the thing, like, do they still do clones even for this universe? Like, it's so confusing. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, push the post notification bell to be alerted for more videos, and let me know down in the comment section what other stuff you want me to react to, and whether or not you want me to make a Patreon or start doing Twitch streaming. There you for. I'll see you all in the next video, my K-poppers. Bye!